All right, today is Tuesday. So, Tuesday bell work. It says each player in a game will roll a number cube and spin the arrow on a spinner one time. The numbers on each face of the number cube and the shapes on the spinner are shown below. So here's our set of numbers. Here is our spinner with our shapes. How many different combinations of one odd number and one shape are possible? Okay, pause the video here, let them solve. All right, let's look at what we got. So first, your job was, how many odd numbers are there? Well, 1, 3, and 5 make 3 odd numbers, right? So odd number, we have 3 of them. And then it said one shape. It didn't say any kind of shape. It wasn't specific, so that's any of them. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shapes. So shapes, there are 6. So to figure out how many combinations, that's that fundamental counting principle, which says we multiply them together. And that gives us 18 combinations, which is A. All right. Pause the video here and pass out the modeling two-step equations and inequalities practice for today. All right, so yesterday we talked about solving two-step equations. So today we're going to model that. So remember, those models are these weird shapes, and we're looking for 2 options. You can either write down what this model is and solve it, just like yesterday, or we talked about how to solve it. So up here, what is the first step in solving an equation or inequality model? Well, that first step is to cross off anything that is the same. So let's talk about what that means. Same would mean if I had a 1 and a 1. They look exactly the same, right? Or if it had a -1 and a -1, that is the same. So I could cross those off. But if I have a -1 and a 1, is that the same value? No, that's not the same value. So I cannot cross anything off if that is all I'm given. Okay, so what do we do if we can't remove anything? Well, we're just going to write the equation and solve it, just like yesterday. All right, so let's look at our first example. We have 3s plus 1, 2, 3, 4 equals 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So step 1, we're going to cross off anything that's the same. So we're talking about the same on both sides of this equal sign. So like this is your balance line, remember? So is there anything on this side that is the same as on this side? Well, sure, I have 4 triangles with a 1, a positive 1. So now I can get rid of only 4 because there were only 4 on this side. So now I have 1, 2, 3 s's. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 1s left. So now let's solve this. 3s equals 6, so 3 times what number is 6? Or we can say, let's divide this by 3, and s would equal 2. And you've solved a model. Very good. Okay, let's look at the next one. We have 2x minus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 is, oh, this is an inequality, which is fine. We solve it the same way. This says less than or equal to, remember, because this looks like the little L where we can write less. And positive 4. So it wants us to find what is the solution to the inequality. All that says is, what does x equal? So let's look. Here's my balance line, just like if it were an equal sign. Do I have anything on this side that is exactly the same as this side? And that answer is no, I do not. So if I don't have anything to cross off, nothing is the same, I'm going to write my equation. So how many x's do we have? We have 2, so that makes 2x. Then these are negatives, right? So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I would have minus 8 or negative 8. Right? Same thing, just depends on whether I have it by itself or in an expression. Keep your sign, so less than or equal to. And now we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Positive, so just 4. And just like yesterday, we're going to solve it. So circle our variable, draw your balance line. We need to get rid of minus 8 with plus 8. 2x is now less than or equal to 8 plus 4 is 12. Then to get rid of this 2 here, we need to divide. So my solution would be x is less than or equal to 6. Very good. Turn the page. Okay, so same thing. It just gives us a bowl. It doesn't mean anything. It's still just an x, right? So we have 3 x's and 4 positives is greater than, because that does not look like an L, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. All right, I want you to pause the video here. Let them solve this one on their own. All right, let's look at your answer. So the first thing you should have done is getting rid of 4 on each side. So now we're left with 1, 2, 3x is greater than 2, 4, 6. So then we're going to divide both sides by 3, and x is greater than 2. Make sure you don't have an equal sign here. It did not say equal. You have to keep whatever symbol that they have. Okay, good. All right, let's try the next one. Pause the video here and let them solve. All right, let's look at this one. A model of an equation is shown below. We have that balance beam. That's just like saying right here is your equal sign. So what is the value of x? Well, the first thing we should have done is gotten rid of 2 blocks with a positive 1. And now we're left with 1, 2, 3, 4x equals 2, 4, 6, 8. So divide by 4, and x equals 2. Very good. Okay, pause the video here and let them solve the next one by themselves. Okay, let's look here. We have a model of an equation is shown below. What's the value of n? So remember, here's your equal sign. So this time you have letters, variables on both sides, and that's okay because they're both positive, so we're getting rid of them. So these go away, and these go away. And then now I can also get rid of 1 positive block. So now on this side I have 4 equals n. Hey, that's okay. Do I have any more than 1 n? Nope, that's it. So 1 n equals 4. That's all I want. Very good. All right, let's talk about this next one because we have not had one like this yet. So what is the value of x? So I have 1, 2, 3 x's. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 positives, and 1, 2, 3 positives on this side. What does this line right here mean? Well, that's our equal sign. Okay, so on both sides of our equal sign, what can we get rid of? Well, 1, 2, 3 positives. Oh, but Miss Parks, I don't have anything left over here. Hey, that's okay for right now, because now this says 1, 2, 3x plus 1, 2, 3 is 0. So now let's just solve it. So we're going to subtract 3. So 3x equals 0 minus 3. That would be negative 3, not 3. And then we divide by positive 3. So x equals a negative divided by a positive gives us a negative 1. The other way to solve that, if you did not want to write this equation, is you have your positives over here, and you need them to come over here on this side. So to do that, if they cross that equal sign, they now change their value. They are now negative because you move them across that equal sign. So that would be the other way to solve that. But you would probably have a better chance of getting it right if you would just solve your equation. Just make it equal 0 because you crossed off everything. Okay? This next section is your homework. So it says mini assessment 7.11a. You have models here. You also have some equations from yesterday. So this is combining yesterday and today. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 problems to solve. You're going to grade this at the end of class. So make sure you're working hard. And whenever you are finished, you can ask Mr. S what you're supposed to do. All right, guys. See y'all tomorrow.